This is an introduction to using and filling a spare unit. For more information, you can refer to your Spare Air User's Manual, and you can also refer to your Nuvair Compressor Manual. Spare Air is a complete miniature breathing system you can use in case of an out-of-air emergency. The spare unit consists of a high-pressure tank attached to a breathing regulator. This is the mouthpiece you breathe from. This is the fill port that you'd use to fill the unit with. This is your high-pressure pin indicator that tells you how much air is in the unit. And at the top we have a purge button. Spare units are shipped empty and must be filled prior to use. I will be referring to Section 5 of the manual. Step 1. Unscrew the check valve from the fill port. Step 2. Take the 920C refill adapter and attach it to the fill port. Just barely finger tight. Step 3. Take the yoke from the compressor unit and attach it to the refill adapter. Step 4, close the bleed valve, which is on the yoke. This is the bleed valve here. Close that down. Step 5, press the green button on the compressor. I'm going to demonstrate to you now without turning the compressor on because it'll be too noisy. Step 6 and 7, you just take as the compressor's on, you barely turn on the valve and let it take 45 to 60 seconds to fill. Then you'll hear an audible bleed off the compressor once it gets to 3200 psi. Then just reach over and shut the compressor off. Now, I'll go ahead and demonstrate for you. I'm going to reach over here and push the green button. Turn the valve off. You can hear the bleed off if you listen real carefully. Go ahead and turn the valve off. Step 8, just release the bleed. Hear that noise? That takes the pressure off the line so you can take the yoke off. Now you can unscrew the yoke off the fill port. Next step is to take off the 920cm fill adapter. Put back on your dust cap. And it's also a good idea to take a final check and make sure that the pin indicator is flush. You'll see that it's full. That's it. Now that you know how to fill a spare air, I'm going to show you how to use one. Out in the field, the spare air unit will be in the holster Velcroed inside the vehicle. In case of an emergency, you just simply remove the yellow mouthpiece cover, pull up on the D-ring, and remove the spare unit out of the holster and insert it into your mouth. And just breathe normally in and out through the regulator like this. If in case you're underwater, another thing you can do to clear the water out of the regulator so you don't swallow any water is simply push the purge button as you're putting it in your mouth. Or you can just exhale sharply through the regulator and that'll clear out any water. Other points to remember are, you never have to worry about this unit not working. It's always on once it's been filled, and as we showed you in the previous section. Another good point to remember is this will work whether you're upside down, sideways, in the vehicle, and it'll allow you. You can also do it hands-free. Another good point to remember when you're underwater is it's a good idea to exhale slightly through your nose so no water will go up your nose while you're using the spare. Thank you, and this concludes our filling and spare usage